Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. Hydrogen. Hailed as a clean fuel of the future, it has been seen by many as this magic pill that could cure our fossil fuel addiction and pave the way for a sustainable future. But we have seen how bad the efficiency is. So if we should make a green economy on hydrogen, we should need at least 3 times as much renewable energy to produce the hydrogen than if we just use the electricity generated by renewables itself. But hold on, there is more. A new study suggests that hydrogen might not be that magic pill everyone is hoping for. What do you know? So let's check out this new hydrogen dilemma that might take it from the potential savior to the hidden threat. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So, today we're diving into a new study by Cicero that has resigned some alarming question about hydrogen's role in global warming. The study, led by Dr. Maria Sand and her team of international collaborators, is the most comprehensive assessment of the climate effect of hydrogen to date. The climate effect of hydrogen have been an under-researched topic, Dr. Maria Sand said, and this is what they found. The global warming effect of leaked hydrogen is nearly 12 times stronger than carbon dioxide. That's right, 12 times worse than CO2. Unlike burning fossil fuel, burning hydrogen emits only water vapor and oxygen. However, when hydrogen leaked from production or transportation or usage, it undergoes a chemical reaction that affects other greenhouse gases like methane, ozone, or stratospheric water vapor. So what does that mean? Essentially, hydrogen itself is not a greenhouse gas, but its indirect effects are troublesome. These indirect effects result from hydrogen interaction with various biochemical processes, include soil uptake, photochemical production, and interaction with methane. Dr. Sand's teams used 5 different atmospheric chemistry models and has provided a robust foundation for political discussion making on hydrogen. But here's the kicker. As Dr. Maria said, we lack the technology to monitor and detect hydrogen leaks at the scale needed. So we currently don't have the adequate technology to monitor and detect hydrogen leaks efficiently. Now that's not good, because hydrogen is a very leaky stuff. A fireman in England even told Robert from the Fully Charged live show that even the best hydrogen cars still have a little bit of leakage. Not much, but this is just how difficult it is to lock this leaky gas in. It leaks through metals, and why we really don't transport hydrogen anywhere but make it at end use. Transporting hydrogen around the world is very difficult. It's not really being transported around the world as many people might think. It is made at end use, and this is how almost all hydrogen is made today. It is made at the fueling station. Because it's so difficult to transport around, it is made at the fertilizer plant because we have found out, with decades of experience, moving hydrogen is next to impossible. Only 8% of the 120 million tons of hydrogen we make today are transported long distances. So 92% of all hydrogen is made where we use it. Just this little example will also show you how ridiculous it is. If you want to carry the same kind of energy energy in hydrogen as you do in a fuel tanker, one of these 40-ton fuel tankers that comes to the gas station to fill it up with diesel or gasoline. If you want to carry the same amount of energy in hydrogen that you would carry in these hydrogen tube trailers at 7 bar, which is a very high pressure and frankly speaking madness, but how many tube trailers would you need to get this amount of energy from one normal 40-ton diesel tanker? 3, 4, 5? No. Try 18 tube trailers instead of one diesel tanker, as I showed in another video before. So that should show you how ridiculous the idea of transporting hydrogen is. But then we just put it through the pipelines, right? No, we can't, because hydrogen erodes pipe. We need a very special metal to make pipes for hydrogen. It is very hard to contain and can even leak through metals. It is very, very leaky gas. And this is kind of a problem when we now learn that leaked hydrogen is worse for our atmosphere than CO2. So I'm a little concerned to hear that the most leaky gas on the planet can really hurt our atmosphere if it leaks. And we right now have no technology to monitor or detect hydrogen leaks efficiently. I think this is just yet another nail in the coffin for hydrogen for the transportation sector. We already know we don't really transport hydrogen around because it's difficult to transport, but some wants to use it for transportation. Can't they see how contradictory this is? And when it leaks, which is almost inevitable with this leaky gas, it will be 12 times worse for our atmosphere than CO2. There are still many open questions about hydrogen, but this study has sounded a wake-up call for the scientific community and policymakers. Continuous research is essential to understand the full impact of hydrogen. But we already know it's almost impossible to transport, so to use it in transport seems dumb. We already know it will never be as affordable to make a hydrogen car as an EV, as these are much more complicated to make, and we already know that it will always at least be 3 times more expensive to fuel a hydrogen car than an EV when we have to make it green. So cost alone will make sure a hydrogen car will never be the customer's choice of transportation. The same conclusion Mercedes got to after 30 years of development of the hydrogen car. They will no longer make the hydrogen car. Even Scania, one of the world's biggest truck makers, has come to the same conclusion for their truck and buses. That's why they only make pure electric buses and trucks now. And now we learn, on top of all of this, if or when it leaks, it is actually worse for our atmosphere than CO2. So I think it's time to put a stick in that hydrogen car and only try to get the hydrogen we do need as a chemical and not as a fuel for making metals and fertilizer to become green and learn how to store it properly. But I kinda doubt that Toyota will give up on hydrogen cars, even though they have just announced a new solid-state battery breakthrough, as they have done so many times before. But that could potentially give a car 1,200 kilometers of range according to Toyota and fill it up in only 10 minutes. This completely destroys their own hydrogen car, which only has a range of 660 kilometers and still takes about 5 minutes to fill up. The hydrogen car, as I said before, is the mini-disc of the transportation sector. It was a great alternative to the CD, but was overtaken by the MP3 player. That was simply just a much better technology. So we can only hope that studies like this can help convince the few last remaining pro-hydrogen car manufacturers that they are producing the mini-disc that might even be dangerous to our atmosphere when it leaks. Or else I think this will end very badly for them if they continue to waste billions of dollars on this dead technology. But time will tell. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.